So hi Jernice, I got your question and I'm working on it. My son is in the background playing on his computer. But this is the problem. You can see it on the video. And I can see that you understood to set it up $18.40 with a fraction over $30.72. But I saw that you had troubles with the reduction. How do you reduce so you get the right answer? So I put it on Paint and we can go through it. The first thing to do is recognize, of course, these are both decimals. And I think you may have tried to move some decimal points, but didn't really get to the right place with it. Let me just get this equal sign out of the way for a minute. So let's do that. Let's move a decimal. In both of these numbers, there's 2 decimal places after the decimal point. So you're going to want to move the decimal 2 places for the top and the bottom. Whatever you do to the top has to be done to the bottom in the same way. You can't do one thing to the top and a different thing to the bottom. So when we move that decimal point, what we're really doing is multiplying by 100 both the top and the bottom. It's been a little while since I've worked on Paint, so it's going to look a little funky there. Okay, so I'm multiplying the top and the bottom by 100, which will then clear out the decimal. That you're moving it 2 places to the right for both numbers. Okay, you can't stop at just the 4. You have to go all the way past the 0. So you've moved the decimal point there. And you do the same thing to the bottom. 72. Ugh, writing with this thing is not working well. And that's a decimal point. Let me fix that. Alright, so then you have to reduce. Now you're reducing 1,840 over 3,072. That's not easy because your first instinct is, well, they're both even numbers. I can start by dividing by 2. And you can do that, but you just have to keep going until you're done with even numbers on both the top and the bottom. A fast way is you divide both by 16, and that gets you your answer. But let's pretend for a minute we don't know the biggest number to divide by, and so we are going to just divide by 2. So I'll show you how that works. Because when you're in a test, you're going to do the thing that you know how to do first. So both of these are even numbers, and you're going to divide by 2, and you can use your calculator. So you've got 920, and I saw you had 92 as part of your answer, so you probably made a mistake over here because it should be 920. Whatever you divide by the top, you have to divide the same number by the bottom. You can't choose a different number. So 3072 then divided by 2 is 1536. Well, obviously you can keep going because these are both still even numbers. Okay, so you could try to see if 4 works for both numbers. So let's try that. Let's try to divide by 4. Because that's something you might try on a test. You can be safe and keep dividing by 2, but you're not done. So let's divide by 4. 920 divided by 4 is 230. 230. And that's going to be over, because I'm dividing the bottom by the same number. Always divide by the same number. And that's 384. We still have even numbers. 230 divided by 384. This is a lot. Could we divide by 4 again? We might look at that. Divide by 4 is 96. Divide by 4. No. Let's go with 2 and see what happens. We know we can do that. So whatever I divide by the top, I have to divide by the bottom. So 230 divided by 2, 115. I'm just using a calculator over there. And 384 divided by 2 is 192. My best guess, well, it's not really a guess. I'm sure you can't reduce at this point. This is the final answer. Because this number, 115, is divisible by 5, but this number is not. The top number is not divisible by 3 or 9. I can tell by the divisibility rules. Add the digits. 5 plus 1 plus 1 is 7, so it's not divisible by 3 or 9. The bottom number is divisible by 3, but not 9. It's even. Basically what we've come down to is there's no more ways to divide both of those numbers by the same number. You can't divide by 5 on top and then divide by 2 on the bottom. You can't do that. So this should be your final answer, 115 over 192 as a ratio. Alright, and it is looking for a ratio, so it doesn't have to be in dollars. And that's it.